Hey everybody, it's Liz from The Lemon Bowl. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my most cherished family recipes, Lebanese rice pilaf. It's easy, it's ready in about 15 minutes, and there's a few special ingredients in there that really elevate any dinner, any side dish, just up a notch. So I'm going to show you how to make it. Follow me. To start making the rice pilaf, you melt some clarified butter, which you might also know as ghee. And if you're not familiar, all it is butter that has been melted, and then the solids separate from the liquids. So all of the dairy kind of solids come to the top and you skim it off. Lucky for me, my Aunt Paula makes it for us every year at Christmas and gives us a big jar of it. And honestly, it's just super flavorful. It's really delicious. A little goes a very long way. And it's just one of those small tweaks that takes a regular rice side dish to a whole other level. Now, if you don't have it or can't get your hands on it, regular butter works fine, but you can purchase ghee at most major grocery stores, online, or at most international markets. All right, once that melts, we're gonna add in another little ingredient called, well, vermicelli. It's in a lot of rice pilafs. I buy it at a lot of Mediterranean markets already basically minced up, crumbled up a little bit. You could just take regular vermicelli pasta and crush it up into small little pieces. It doesn't need to be perfect. And that's gonna go right in the pan with the melted clarified butter. Now this next step is super important. You wanna toast the vermicelli until it's golden brown, I dare to say dark brown. You don't wanna burn it, but you also don't wanna do it for too little time. You wanna really get some color into it. I'll be honest, my mom has taught me how to do this, and so often I wasn't doing it enough because I was so afraid to burn the vermicelli. Keep going. You want to really keep going. And if you go to thelemonbowl.com, I can show you visually, not quite there, so you know what to look for. But you really want to have some nice color on that, because after all, what you're doing here is you're toasting and adding a lot of warm, nutty flavors, aromas, that's going to really make the whole rice dish super delicious. It's getting nice and golden brown. And what we're going to do next is add some white rice. I like to use long grain enriched white rice. And then you want to rinse the rice really well. So I put it in a fine mesh strainer and just rinse it off. And that gets all of the rice super clean. It gets rid of all the residue. You put it right in the pot. You have to break it up a little bit because you cleaned it off, so it might stick together. Just break it up, put the mussels in. And the reason I like to toast the rice is, again, you're just adding more flavor, more aroma. Instead of adding regular cold water, we add boiling hot water. Look, I don't know why it does it so well, but that's how I was taught by my Aunt Vive, my Aunt Paula, my mom, so that's how I do it. But I do know that when I don't use boiling water, it's not as good. The rice kind of sticks together and gets clumpy. Okay. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Anytime you're cooking, you gotta season. I'm gonna add about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon of kosher salt, depending what you like. A little black pepper. And then some boiling hot water. All right. Now I'm gonna bring that heat up, bring it back to a boil. So this is just like any rice recipe. Bring it to a boil, cover with a lid, reduce to a simmer, and cook for 15 minutes. 15 minutes, and that's all you need, and the Syrian rice pilaf, Lebanese rice pilaf, whatever you call it, is ready to go. Right before serving, a little fresh parsley. You guys, everything just about is better with some fresh herbs right before serving. Parsley's my go-to with Lebanese food. And then we're going in for a bite. I can already tell. It's perfect. That clarified butter, that one little ingredient, can really take a traditional recipe like rice pilaf and take it over the edge. This would be good with anything from seafood to lamb to grilled chicken, you name it. You can find 100 different ideas to go with it at thelemonbowl.com, including the full recipe for this Lebanese rice pilaf. And if you make it at home, tag me on Instagram stories so I can see what you're up to, see what you're cooking. More importantly, let me know what you think. I'm going in for more. Enjoy.